Hello, I'm Brian Walsh, and this is the prototype I built for submission to FIEA. Currently, it's under the title Golf 2. It's the sequel to Golf, obviously. It's a side-view golf game with a twist, and it's intended primarily for mobile platforms. It was developed entirely by me, but my friend Hannah Pogue graciously gave me some music and sound effects to use in the game. Before I actually get started, I do want to go to the level select really fast. And just note that some of these levels are locked here. The game does have a saving and loading system to save your progress between sessions. I'm going to come back here at the end to show that off. Alright, and starting off. So each of these levels starts off with a tutorial message to kind of give the player a sense of what the level's all about, and also gives this zoomed out view of the entire level. The player can get that zoomed out view back by clicking on the zoom out button. It also pauses time as well. And a separate pause menu can also be gotten through the pause button, where the player can resume, reset the level, or go back to the main menu. Alright, so the core concept that I kind of started off with this game was I wanted to build a simple golf game, but with the ability to hit the ball in midair. So you can see I'm like aiming around. Of course, I just kind of like the fanfare every time you hit the goal. These are some of the metrics I'm tracking right now. Time completed for the level, the number of shots taken in the level, and that's being measured against the par, which is kind of what I think the average player should be able to do based on my own experience. I would like to track additional metrics eventually, and maybe get like a 3-star scoring system based on those different things, but that's a little ways off. Okay, so in the second level, I'm kind of forcing the player to learn this aspect of you have to hit the ball in midair to get through these puzzle challenges. You might notice it's a little bit difficult to see the environment moving on some of these since it's not textured at all. That's part of why I added the ball trail. It kind of gives a sense of movement for the ball and direction. Also just kind of looks cool. Moving on, in the third level I'm introducing some of the different obstacles in the game, namely bounce pads. The bounce pads will bounce the ball off in a kind of fudged way that I've done. They use different scripts depending on how I want them to act specifically. They're what I call a neutral obstacle, in that they can either help or hinder the player. So in that case it helps. If I hit this right now, it's going to hurt me. These add a lot of chaos to the par system, unfortunately for me, because it makes it really hard to set, and sometimes I can get this really under par, but other times not so much. Okay, in this level I'm introducing the hazards, which will reset you to your last checkpoint and also reset your shot amount to whatever you got in a checkpoint, and also the checkpoints, which are kind of the way you solve hazards, really. The hazards are the only purely negative obstacle I have in the game right now, and the checkpoints are kind of the only purely positive one. This level's kind of hard, so I'm going to have to concentrate and maybe not talk quite as much here. But this game is very much about precisely aiming your shots to get exactly where you need to go, and that can be kind of difficult sometimes. But I kind of like the strategy of it. Okay, in this level, I'm introducing different types of zones. These will affect gravity in those areas. All of these different things obviously use similar color schemes too, like the hazards are red, so negative things are red here. The gravity zones are all in the black and white scale. Black means double gravity, well, gray means neutral gravity, and white, or light gray, is inverse gravity. Similar to the bounce pads, these are neutral obstacles, or really they're modifiers to the existing obstacles I have. That kind of force the player to put a spin on exactly how they're thinking about getting through these levels. Okay, and this is the final level I have for this prototype. It kind of tests using all the different things you've had to learn so far. This level can be really difficult, so it might take me a few tries. I would like to have a much smoother difficulty ramp, but given the current number of levels and the time limits imposed on me, I'm not able to do that. I'd also like to introduce a lot more mechanics into the game, so that with a large number of levels, things don't get stale. But yeah, I was actually thinking maybe like 120 levels total for this whole game. With maybe like an extra 5 or 6 different mechanics kind of mixed in. Alright, yeah, there we go. But with oh man, this is gonna be hard for me. But yeah, with that many different mechanics and levels... Oh. Alright, I can do this. I can do this in the time limit. With that many different mechanics and levels, the difficulty curve would definitely be much smoother. Alright, there we go. Yes. Managed to make under par, too. Alright, and that's the end of my current prototype. I really like to build this out some more, and you know, thanks for watching, and I really hope you consider me for your program, and as I said I would earlier, all levels are unlocked now, so I was not lying about that. Alright, thank you very much for your time.